So let's start with that. So, but we came back to Atlanta. Atlanta is home, and we needed a support system. We needed people that were going to be able to come and see about me, and I don't have to worry about going to the hospital and getting locked up.
Right. Because that's a fear. That'll make you not want to go.
Right.
I was well into my 20s before I got over my fear of the hospital, because all I knew was
every time you went there, something bad happened
and nobody came out.
Right.
You go in and you don't come out. So
right.
Go to the doctor.
But that goes back to us not going to the doctor.
Right.
And so I will say this, and my husband can attest to this. If I cough wrong, I'm going to somebody with a degree that has studied this over time. If I wink real hard and I don't know why my eye is twitching, you gonna see me in your urgent care or your level 1 trauma center down at Grady, because I'm not gonna walk around here with my eyes twitching and I not know why that is.
Right.
And we got insurance.
Right.
So even as a young child, my father always stressed to us, if you don't feel right, do something. Now my grandmama would be like, prove it. Like if you go to her and be like, yeah, I'm sick, throw up then. What? I don't feel good.
Right.
I can't just make myself throw up. I mean, it was that. But at the same time, I think it's very important that you stay on top of all the things that could be bothering you, or the things that you know that have bothered your family in the past, or things. So, needless to say, we come here. I find the best doctors I can find. And I mean, shout out to Northside Hospital. When I tell you they have an amazing breast cancer program and a women's center, I mean, they do an amazing job. And you feel so much comfort, from just being around people that are not feeling sorry for you, but know that you need a certain kind of help and a certain kind of support. And I think that's the thing. I think when people hear, oh, you got breast cancer or any kind of cancer, that, oh, I'm so sorry. Don't you be sorry for me. That was just God putting a stone in my shoe and telling me, y'all need to slow up. And it got me out of work. So I'm down for little Duval saying, you ain't going to work tomorrow. I'm down for all of that.
Right.
So I guess at the end of the day, I did something that was more, I would say, adventurous than other cancer patients. I actually had what they call a deep flap, and that's DIEP. And basically what they do is they give you a double mastectomy. So they take everything, nipples, milk ducts, whatever you want to call it. They take everything. So I am cut from my back on this side under my arm all the way to the other side.
One by one.
I am also cut the same place down at my hip, and I go all across my stomach. They literally took my stomach and transplanted it up here to make me new breasts. Now this is the crazy part. I didn't have to do any chemo. I didn't have to do any
radiation.
But let me tell you something. The hell, God, that whole hurt you to your core, that's a real statement. Right now, my core was cut so deep. I had 140 staples, and they glued me. And so that was in July 14th of last year. I've had 3 total surgeries just to get to this point. But I'm still able to have children.
Amen.
I'm still able to, you see what I'm saying, have something to show,
Your husband.
And I'm getting some tattoos. Now I'm going deep now. I'm gonna get tattoos and all of that so that I can feel like myself again. I think the object of being, or to think that you will ever be normal, does not come for somebody that's gone through what we've gone through. I think at this point it's a testimony to move forward. With what all you've been going through. So I will say that it was the most painful experience. And I was taking like 27 pills a day. Would I do it over again? Yes. The other thing that I would encourage is that I took a BRCA test. And I don't even think a lot of people in our community even know what a BRCA test is. But basically, it's a DNA test, not the kind that y'all on Mari for talking about. Is this my daddy? It ain't an LDT. It's not a lie detector test. Basically, what it does is they take your DNA, and my father even came. My father, they took his DNA, and basically they can go and look in your genetic makeup and see how possible you or your percentage or your chances are of getting certain illnesses, cancers, whatever. So for mine, when I did mine, it came back inconclusive.
Just make you mad.
It did not make me mad. If anything, I was more mad at the fact that I had to spit in that little cup for like 30 minutes because you got to have so much saliva in the cup. So I think that made me mad.
Right.
I think the results were more so because they don't have a plethora of African American DNA in their bank. They can't compare it to anything to conclude.
Got it.
So, like, if you have not taken a BRCA test, go on and take that. So, don't just do the breast and the mammograms. Ask to go do a BRCA test. They do it at Northside Hospital. And sometimes I want to say it's fully covered by your insurance because it's preventive medicine.
Yeah.
So, I say go ahead, do your BRCA test. You will find out, and see, this is the other part. Colon cancer, that was conclusive. So it wasn't just the breast. So now I have a colonoscopy scheduled for the end of this month. You see what I'm saying? So it's different things that you need to do to just make sure you're okay. But you got to start
Somewhere.
by just going to the doctor. So even if you don't, you could not know that that's what's going on. Or what I hate most is self-diagnosis.
And Google. Listen.
Honey, if y'all don't get off of this
Google, you dead. And let me tell you who show I do not like. I'm going to tell you this right while I'm here.
Here we go.
I cannot stand Dr. Oz.
And my doctor will tell you, don't come in here with that Dr. Oz stuff.
Everything Dr. Oz says ends in cancer. Don't eat eggs, you'll get cancer. Stop breathing. Breathing causes cancer. Did you know that touching the table can give you cancer? Riding in a car will give you cancer. Avoid the sun, it'll give you what? Well, let's all die then, Dr. Oz.
I mean, we gonna do it anyway.
Let's all die now, because if we all gonna have, I cannot live in fear. Like
you can't.
I cannot live in fear.
But that is easier said than done when you're facing so many different obstacles and tribulations. But again, everything is temporary.
Listen, don't mess with me, because that almost made me do a full-fledged
let me tell you something. They don't want Jonte and myself together in the same room with a microphone. Because and a camera.
That'd be a shout.
Won't
That'd
it?
be a good shout.
Sounds like a good show to me.
Because you gotta think about temporary. Yes. You gotta think about the word temporary. It's not permanent.
But it's
hell.
I was just about to say that you took the worst. It was hell. I did not know peroxide could hurt. You know how you put peroxide on a burn? It's easier than putting alcohol. No. I had tubes coming out, and Marky can attest to this. I had tubes coming everywhere, draining. You can't walk. You can't. You need help at the bathroom, and I'm not talking about taking me to the bathroom. I'm talking about I can't put my hand back there
to wipe myself.
Or
wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's humiliating to some degree. It humbles you. You can really find out who in control when you go through these scenarios. The other thing I would mention, and this is going back to not checking up. Don't come to me with this holistic thing. I don't do that. Now, Jonte gonna talk about that. Okay, so
well, Marky, did you try the holistic?
Me?
Yeah.
I've tried everything under the sun. I even paid.
Did
for
it
my
work?
Own. No, it did not work for me.
Okay, so I had a cousin.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Slick bait the face. What that mean? Slick bait the face.
No, it's a lot of people is like holistic is the way. Don't take all the drugs.
Right. They'll encourage you not to do the scientific way.
And let me say that. Let me say this.
It work for everybody, but I love it, but it just didn't work for me in my situation.
Let me say this. the church also has a bad habit of telling people don't take their medicine. God, have faith, trust God. Oh no!
I wasn't ready for that song.
No. Listen, if so, here's what. Okay, so let me put on my clergy collar. There is a spirit of schizophrenia. There is. There is a mental issue of schizophrenia. And then there's people that's just crazy.
Right.
If there's a spirit of schizophrenia, that's the thing you pray away. But if you go test the person and you find the mental tracers for schizophrenia, don't tell them don't take their medicine, Pastor.
Please don't.
Don't do that. You gonna tell Mother Ward, Mother Ward.
He done gave
You
her a
gonna tell
name.
Mother Ward don't take her insulin because the Lord has healed her diabetes. What?
Knowing good where she got them Kit Kats and them peppermints in her purse and they still.
Now we have Mother Ward's funeral 2 weeks later, Pastor, because you advising
and
people.
And then somebody putting Kit Kats and those peppermints in her casket.
This is snacks. She might get hungry while she.
Mom, going to the Lord. She love them Kit Kats.
Right, you know what I mean. But as a body of believers, we do that all the time. Don't take it. You don't need. Just trust God. Just believe. Just have faith. Hold on. There's a difference in having faith and being stupid. There's a major difference.
No, God trusts that you gonna do what He has taught you to do. Like in other words, if I believe that God didn't make me stupid. So if I'm not stupid, and that's part of God's doing, then why am I going to not trust in the people that I know ain't stupid on this subject?
Well, listen.
Okay, let me give you an example. I have a cousin. Well, I had a cousin. She recently passed away. Tragic. She had cervical cancer. So she's complaining of cramps. All this other young girl, we same age, 40-something. She has 2 children, blah blah blah. Next thing I know, she finds out that she has this cervical cancer. I'm gonna go on and go holistic. Let me tell you what I got a problem with when it comes to the herb shop. Fahim and them.
Raul.
Fahim and them. Okay, Raul. They have read the same vitamin book over and over again for 30 years. And that book has not been updated. No versions have been brought to justice on certain things. So that's the first problem. The second problem is Fahim and them hadn't gone to any medical institution or any type of certified class that can teach you, show you. He just been reading them by those little vitamin Bibles. All right. Having said that, when you decide to go holistic, that doesn't mean stop going to the doctor.
Thank you, Jesus.
That means go holistic and track your progress. And instead of doing that, she kept on the holistic, and the pain had gotten so bad one night that she said, I'm just going to go to the emergency room, see if they can just give me something for the cramps. They said, no, ma'am, we can keep you comfortable for the next 72 hours. And she was like, well, no. I know I have this, but I've been working on the holistic part. No, what they told her was, we're going to transport you to hospice. There is nothing else we can do for you. Now, all of that could have been prevented.
Yes.
All you had to do was keep checking on it while you doing the holistic. And then once you found out that was not working, so in a matter of 3 months, you dead.
Yes.
Because you want to go to Fahim and them. And guess what? Fahim doesn't accept insurance. So you paying full price out of pocket for Fahim, saying it's cheaper. Somebody gave you a coupon. Or if you mention this ad, you get 15% off.
And can the family go back to Fahim
and sue them? No, can't. So that's what I'm saying. Pray about your circumstances. But I do believe that God put those doctors, and you have a lot of praying doctors that pray before they touch you, pray with you when they touch you. Before surgery, they making sure you straight. They praying with their team so that y'all can do the right thing. If y'all are not in that circumstance, something wrong.
Yes. Yeah.
So I encourage people to go ahead and really go to the ones that have been trained and educated and all of that good stuff so that you can get the right kind of treatment.
So we oppose doctors, but did you guys know that Luke was a physician?
You talking about the homeboy that was hanging with Jesus?
He was a physician. Yes.
Did y'all know that?
Luke was a physician. So we're opposing doctors, but
See,
God called them. God called what she said. That's how you know I'm a sinner. No, a lot of people. You know what amazes me? I know a lot of stuff about the Bible because that's what we talk at home. We talk Bible. We talk living it. We try to live it. You understand what I'm saying? So yesterday was the first time that I ever preached that my grandparents and my mom were there. Papa is so special because Papa's going to tell me what I did right. You did good, son. But he also going to tell me what I did wrong. The next time, and you missed it on that. And that was a half truth. Next week, tell him the whole truth.
Right.
Papa keep me grounded. So I know a lot because that's what they, I was instilled in me. But we have to really understand that you don't take what someone says just as is.
Right.
You go do the research for yourself.
Yeah, you gotta be your primary source. Yes.
Even with the natural remedies. Give me the book. Let me see. Let me read. Let me learn. Let me understand what's going on. And then here's the catch-22. You cannot use a natural resource on something man-made.
Read why you ain't
Yeah.
That's she right.
Y'all understand? You cannot herb away something that is scientific.
Well, they do have new herbs now that can herb everything away. They just need to pass the law, but that's enough.
Well,
that's for the sinning show. We'll talk about that another time.
No.
Where can I find it though?
No. No, we're gonna talk. No, while we here, because that's how I get down.
A little bit of
here.
change that I need to invest in myself. I need to go find that. So
while I'm here,
all this pain away.
Let me make some things perfectly clear. You take oxycodone, right? Here's a joint. Read the side effects of oxycodone. Oxycodone is actually more addictive than the joint.
And it make you itch.
Listen, if you take too many of them at the same time,
you know what? Y'all
you're gonna have a problem. No.
Y'all don't want us together.
No,
y'all got social media popping. Okay, first of all, it's a person on our IG Better Recognized saying that y'all wrong. She said she disagreed because you can cure with herbs. They make medicine from herbs. Herbs are plants. Where meds come from? Plants. That's the poppy seed. Opiates are from a plant.
Yes.
I agree with all that.
We're not saying that you cannot. Herbs are not used for medicinal purposes. That's not the point.
No.
The point is you're not going to go eat a salad and take away cancer. That's not going to happen. You're not going to drink no tea and the cancer going to go away.
Especially that ballerina tea.
Yeah,
all that's going to do is clean your colon.
Sorry. That's not going to happen. And so I can respect your right to disagree, but I disagree as well. Herbs are I'm so mad.
I know
listen,
it. I see it.
You can disagree, but that's just a fact. Go drink tea every night and see what happened. I got some green tea. I'll send you a box, and then tell me what happened. Tell me how that works for you. And we have to understand we want to argue about the dumb stuff. The fact of the matter is if you don't get things checked on, if you don't take care of them, and the truth of the matter is a lot of cancers are man-made causes.
Yes, they are.
Eat McDonald's every day and watch what happens to your body.
Jonte, I got to stop you. You are not going to bring them hot fries into this situation.
I like the hot fries, but what's wrong with this hot fries that they don't mold? They don't decompose.
That's because, again, God fries. Them fries so good.
They touched by the Lord.
Yes,
Listen,
honey. So anything he touches turns to gold. And that's why they have not turned to green.
Them fry, I found a French fry under my seat, and that thing was so hard I could have threw it as a stick for a dog to play
That's
fetch.
called preservation.
It's fossilized. It's
Come
fossilized
on, Miss
in
Sam.
open
Come
air.
on.
Like,
Hey, can I touch on one thing? Going back to the
Mhm.
young lady or whoever that was about the plants. I think what they were trying to say was that most medicines are made from plants.
That's true.
I can concede
I
to
think
that
the problem
point.
that I think what they don't understand is yes, they get the plant and they start making medicine from it, but they also add chemicals to those
Right, they
plants
test it.
in order to make whatever they're trying to
Right,
make
it
either more
optimizes
potent
yes.
or more addictive.
So that's
the problem.
that's-
That's where we're
yes.
talking about. Okay.
And that is called, let's use some real, that's called to sophisticate it. They sophisticate them. We say sophistication is a good thing, but if you actually look up the meaning of the word, it doesn't have a good connotation. You take a substance and you add things to it to soup it up and make it be something else.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I take the opiate to make oxycodone, but what did I put with it? That's the issue. What I put with it is what I know is needed to combat what I did. So you take a little plant, you take a little chemical. The plant does one thing, but the chemical does something else. I take medicine daily. I must take medicine
Every
if
day.
I
Every
do
day.
not take it, I could alter my life forever. So I'm not saying this as somebody that's just telling you. No,
Right.
I'm saying it as what I know
And what you do.
and what I do. So you can talk all day long, but if you don't have any type of affliction, yes, I do. I eat grapefruit because it flushes my liver. I drink green tea because it's better for my liver. There are certain things that I do not eat peanuts. If you fry your food in peanut oil, I can't touch Chick-fil-A as much as I love their waffle fries because they use peanut oil. And 30 minutes later, I will have cramps that I thought I was having sextuplets because I've had cramps that have dropped me to the floor, like just because of something I did. So if changing my diet, that's holistic, would alter my quality of life, you best believe. Don't no Snickers, no Reese's cups, no M&Ms, and as I love those things.
Yeah.
But for me,
They're not good for
I
you.
have to let them go. And you gotta trade this for Brussels sprouts, baby. I can make some Brussels sprouts.
I know that's right.
Tastes like cabbage. You show with those
With that extra pepper
with
on.
and bacon. Sprinkle it on
Yes.
the top. So
Sprinkle.
it's when you experience it, the medicines that I take combat something that's not human. For everything that God made, there is a natural cure.
Right. No, absolutely.
But for the stuff we did,
What we need.
radiation, the things
Right.
that we add to our foods, the things that we add to our water. Come on, Flint River. The things that we Michigan, the things that we do that affect people and make them
Right.
sick. Then you want to go get a plant. That's just like you blaming God for something you broke.
You don't know.
You
I don't
can't
answer that
blame
shit no
God
way.
for something you broke. You broke it.
I mean, well, here's the thing. So let me address the plant thing. All I'm saying again, take all of that. I don't disagree with you whatsoever. My thing is, get someone who has some professional training and
Yes.
certification,
Yes.
board certification.
Yes. And there is you can go to school for.
You can-
Kiana is actually going to school for that. She wants to because of me.
Right.
She's seen me suffer. She's seen whatever, and she's seen me not have access to care.
Right.
She's walked with me through this thing, in my mom and everybody. So she's going to school because there got to be a better way.
Right.
People have to and address the whole thing.
So just make sure that plant you taking is working.
Yes.
And again, it's just like it's just like Coca-Cola.
Mm-hmm. Oh Jesus.
It don't taste good without the fizz.
Sure.
So I say all of that to say, if you have a particular vitamin that you're taking, make sure that vitamin is benefiting you. And that's basically what we're saying here. I'm telling you that you can take all the vitamins in the world. You can cook all the collards in the world. And that will not cure your cancer.
Hello?
You're going to need somebody to come in there and really do a work over on you. Because it might not just be cancer in your breast.
Yeah.
There may be cancer. That's why she said lymphoma and breast cancer.
Right.
She knew that the possibility of both of those being intertwined was, the possibility. So at this point, let me tell you something else. Go and take them.
Mm-hmm.
Now I think the other thing you need to do is attitude. My attitude, and I'm sure Marky can attest to this too. My attitude wasn't that I was giving up. It was just a stone in my shoe. I didn't look at it as a damnation. I didn't look at it as this gonna take me out. Because again, I had plans and I had things to do. So I appreciate certain things a little differently. I plan a little differently, and I spend majority of my money on health care. Now, could I have done something different? I'm sure. All of us could. But at the same time, once you find out, just do the right thing. He'll carry you through it.
My grandfather says God takes pleasure in making a man alive. So when you plan, God laughs.
Don't he?
He laughs. I believe he laughs hard. Because, like Marky, I'm going to do this and you do it and you got all of this. And God's up there laughing. He cracking up. He's cracking up, I believe, because he's like, you don't see that you gifted in this area?
Right.
You don't see that I've already blessed you. You're praying for me to bless you, but I've already blessed you. You're praying for me to open the door, but I've already opened it. You're asking me to do something that I've already done. How about called in? Okay. Lord Jesus.
I told you had started something about the plant-based. There she goes.
Yes.
Go ahead. Can you hear us?
Yeah, this is
Better recognized.
Better recognized.
Amen.
On your guys' live.
Hey.
And I just wanted to say I absolutely love this topic today. It's actually my birthday today too.
Happy
birthday!
Live. Thank you. So I just wanted to say I heard this gentleman, he was talking about herbs and trying holistic approaches for certain things. And what I just wanted to say is my experience with a holistic approach is I take care of my father, and he's paralyzed from the neck down. And so I've been taking care of him. We've been taking care of him since we've been kids. He's been this way a long time. But I have been able to cure him of different things through diet and herbs. So he's had diabetes for decades, and get rid of his diabetes from an herb.
But you didn't just get rid of it from an herb. You also had to alter. The herb was not the cure all, because diabetes is caused by our diet as well. Your body's making insulin, or it is either making too much or not enough. So there's something that's going on. The herb does not stop your pancreas from making insulin. It may help other things, but it does not stop that. It was the totality of whatever you did. So it was the herb, it was the altering of his diet, It was him following doctor's orders. It was all of those things together, like she was saying, that makes you healthy. We're saying you cannot just take the herb and still eat pork chops and hog maws and chitlins and whatever you want to eat and think that the herb is the cure-all to take away the diabetes. I am not.
Well, I do want to say this though, because while we were going through the process and his body started healing itself and able to regulate insulin properly and his blood sugar were getting stabilized, we still were under a doctor's care. We didn't just cut off, because we need to see blood work. They got something called A1C levels.
Yes.
I guess it's a test where it can go back 3 months to measure blood sugar. So he was while I was doing that, he was actually on the on the diabetes medication too. And so one day I had given him his diabetes medication and he became unconscious. Had to call 911. They checked his blood sugar, and it was so low that the doctors are like, okay, you can't be on this no more. Now it's making, it was like a normal person taking diabetic medication. So he was off. But with that being said, when I first called in, I heard the lady saying that, just to switch over to a holistic approach and not be followed up by no one else, and then you end up passing away because in the home you don't have access to urine tests and blood work. And I think that's so important to still have that. If you are trying to be holistic, you just cannot give that up.
And the thing about holistic is, for me, use it as an option. Holistic to me is preventive care. I'm going to live my life in a holistic way to prevent things. But one thing I want us to all know, the reason why everybody has to get checked, the reason why because you can be totally healthy. There are people that have no, they work out every day, they go to the gym, they don't smoke, they don't drink, they follow, their yearly annual,
sick as a dog.
And then all of a sudden,
sick as a dog.
Yes, something happens. So it's an option that we do to prevent care. Now that person may be in a better position when they go to the doctor because of their lifestyle. Their body is healthier, so it can repair itself faster and better than me, who look healthy, but we going to Popeyes after this. You understand what I'm saying? So thank you, sweetie, for calling in. We love you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And we appreciate your
I love
comment.
the show today.
Oh, thank you so much. And happy birthday. Enjoy your day. This is the day that the Lord made especially for you. All right, Punkers. So thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. So, listen, we're going to do our church foolishness video. Can we play a song first and then do it? We're going to play a song, and then immediately when we come back, you are going to see our church foolish video. Now listen, I want y'all to prepare your hearts for the musical ministry. You are listening to the Encounter Radio Show on Misfits Radio, powered by Live 365, Google Play, YouTube, and all those other wonderful, amazing channels and outlets. And stay tuned with us. Bye.
Marky got to turn her mic on.
Yeah, off camera, and I'm going to let Marky say this. Marky made a very good point while the song was playing. I want you to share that point with the audience. And she started with saying she doesn't understand, or her concern is, how are you laying in the bed with somebody you don't know their medical history?
Ooh.
Because how are you're being with this person, you're being intimate with this person per se, you are bringing children into this world with this person. However, they ain't been to the doctor in 10 years. What you bring home?
Ooh.
What is it that's wrong with you? You could have a gene, or you're passing down something, and your child is a victim of something you can't even explain to them because you ain't take it behind to the doctor. Go get checked. It ain't that serious. The same way you get up and you go do foolishness in the streets at night or whenever it is you do, the same drive needs to be taken to make sure you're healthy. If not for yourself, for your children. Speaking as someone that does not have children, nor do I want any, but I have 12 beautiful godchildren.
Yeah.
Everything that I get up and I do is for them.
Mm-hmm.
When I went through my cancer, my godchildren was there. I woke up some mornings, they was in the bed with me. They understood. When my mother passed away, that was a conversation that needed to be had. Because I shared with them my entire medical history is on my phone. Sorry. It is on my phone. Anybody that has, I don't even have a password, but because I need people to get to me, I know that.
Yeah, I don't have a password either on my phone.
You can get into all my medical.
I am the same way. I'm open book, right?
Mine got a password. Mine got a password.
I don't have a password. I'm an open book.
Listen,
I have several. Just say we have several
20
passwords.
million.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes, several.
I got a password you
I
wouldn't
need
even
you
know
to
I
help me. I
had.
need you better help me quickly.
Right. No, that's a big deal.
My life is in my phone. I need to go over there, open up TT phone, show this to the doctor when they come or when they I need for it to be that way. But that's just concern for me. How are you with this person? I don't in any situation. I need to understand what you. I walked away from a relationship. You ain't been to the doctor in how long? And you got some kids running around here, so that means you had. Okay. And you ain't been to the doctor. How long? We ain't gonna work. I'm so sorry, bro. Next.
Okay,
Do you know
right.
how
I
many
totally
people
agree.
they sleeping with men without a condom on? You talking about go to the doctor for the check them out? They thing already hot. They ain't checking that out.
And the thing about it is this: there are some diseases that are not transferred through bodily fluid, like syphilis. Syphilis is transferred by the rubbing of the canker sore that comes with syphilis, and that's how you get it. So you can get syphilis on your lip. You can get syphilis in your back.
Good
You
morning.
can get syphilis because it's
Did
not.
you say good morning?
Okay.
It's not transferred by
I
bodily
need a
fluid.
camera on her face.
There
Get
are,
that face over
there,
there.
there- there are parasites like trichomoniasis that is not transferred through. See, I got my
You
nieces
better
and nephews are teenagers.
You
can
better
get
know
get
it.
it. But when you get it, you better get it. You
Oh,
better
so trichomoniasis?
make sure
I
that
just
you
say
are
trick.
okay. You want the crabs? That's not a something that is transferred through bodily fluid. Oh yeah, the preacher know a little bit about something. I can help you all. Go to the doctor and get it checked, because you ain't praying off them crabs, and you're not bringing them to a crab
You're not gonna
boil.
pray off no crab.
To the crab boil.
You gotta get the
You got the
shampoo.
red lobster going on down there,
Yes.
and the juicy crab going on
Joe's
down
Crab
there.
Shack.
You can't pray away no crab.
I can't.
You can't pray away no crab.
It's not gonna happen. Pray all day long. They gonna just move to the
That,
next
and
hair follicle.
that's the origination of tricking and treating.
Happy Halloween.
See, and I'm going to the Hallelujah night because I'm not going to get into that demonic stuff.
Yes.
I'm trying to get saved before I go to hell. So, but no. To Marky's point, I will say this. It's interesting that you say that. My husband and I've known him since I was 8.
Wow.
Okay, but that doesn't mean we weren't together then.
No, but that's just.
But you see what I'm
also
saying?
how
Just
relationships
right.
work out.
So I didn't decide to get married at 37. So at the end of the day, one of the hesitations that I had with marrying anybody was my mental illness.
Okay.
I didn't want some, pretty common crazy.
I can't.
Look at the edge.
If you pretty, something gotta be wrong. Oh, she for real about that. Look at my edge. They lay down.
So here's the thing. I did right.
When I grow some.
Yes, honey, get your tune in on Tuesday for the ghetto gift bag giveaway. And you can have edge control.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Listen.
And we will thy blesseth thy edges this year. I promise.
Listen, your edges will be slayed out in the spirit of excellence.
I have never slayed my edges in the spirit, but I'm gonna start moving forward today. Hope Danielle, I hope you are.
Oh Lord.
So listen.
But no, I told Chico, I said, because he kept saying, why you don't want to, like, why can't we just be together? And I was like, all right, so here's the thing. I'm not crazy, but I'm crazy. And he was like, well, what do you mean? And I said, I have a mental illness. And I said, I need to know that you're going to be able to deal with this. Because, and you know what? I have a clause in my prenuptial agreement.
Pause. You got prenup?
Oh, 19 pages, baby. Do you believe that?
Pause. Listen, so.
God said, do not be dumbeth.
No, so listen.
By thy
I got a list
marriages.
of about 5 good shows that needs to take place.
No. People don't believe me, but I tell everybody. I said, when I get married, if I will marry somebody that has known me now and rock with me now, when the offering was $16 last night,
and 42,
we go.
Yes, honey.
And we you know,
turn them lights on.
Rock with we played like the lights was on, but so we lit candles because we didn't pay the light bill. Like rock with me.
Right?
I'll marry you, no prenup. But when I make it, and you want to be beautiful and all that cute and sweet, honey, sign these papers, and my prenuptial agreement's gonna go like this. For every year you stay, that's the percentage you get. Stay 1 year, you get 1%.
Okay, that's
stay
not how my prenuptial works.
To stay 50 years, you get 50%, and that's as far as you going.
Jonte,
that's pretty good.
Stay married,
okay, so wait, so Marky,
then you can walk away with half.
Marky has a good point. That's another show. However, my prenuptial says more than just money. It talks about, yes, we agree that we're going to have kids.
Okay.
However we want to do that. It also says that I require housekeeping because I don't like cleaning up, and I prefer someone that's not attractive to come and clean my home. My husband good looking. I'm not gonna sit up here and have Consuelo and them cleaning up my house when Oprah can come over and do a better job with them corners. I'm not gonna do that. So let's start with that. Secondly, I would say that
she's the best. That's why I love her.
Okay, so wait a minute. Yes! Right. So I'm saying all of that to say, you do have to have that conversation with somebody that you lay down with, because every night when we go to sleep, I give Chico credit. He holds my hand, and he lets me know that he's still there. Now, in the prenup, though, it's a clause that says, if you want out, just say it. No hard feelings, because you can't handle what's going on here. And every time something goes wrong, I say, okay, you know, I understand if you don't want to be in this no more. And he was like, no. He was like, I'm good. But that's because I truly believe that we had the conversation about how we were going to go forward with the conditions that I had.
People don't communicate anymore.
And he did the same with me. Like, here's my issue. You see what I'm saying? So to your, that's awesome.
I think everybody needs to do that. I agree with that. You want to know what I like about what you're saying is my definition of love is this. Love is when you know the worst about me, but you love me anyway. That's love. If I can't tell you the nasty, dirty, ugly, grimy parts of my life that I would never share or disclose to nobody.
Right.
And trust that my secrets are safe.
Exactly.
That's the biggest. Yes.
If I cannot do that, then you can have my body, but you can't have my heart. See, like, so.
Or my mind.
Or my medical records. Because because see, they tell the story. They tell the story of things that I may not necessarily be proud of.
True.
They are the history of things that went wrong. They're the history of things that weren't quite my fault. They were things that, see, the story of my life is people always crash into me and leave me to do the wrecking. They got no doggone insurance.
So you got to lead.
I got to fix it. You understand what I'm saying? I have to. So when you look at my medical records, I fixed it, and then we fixed it, and then we fixed it, and then we fixed it, and so it becomes something private. There were areas that I just would not to average. If you a girlfriend, you can't know. You ain't gotta know.
And that's
if you are and the closer you get in, see, let me tell you what the fear is, a real fear for men, and why men don't like to let go. Because once I let you in and I tell you my secrets, you can't leave because I can't control what you do after that. So you gonna tell the people how I was crazy?
Yeah.
You gonna tell the people about the night I had diarrhea and didn't make it to the toilet on time?
Yeah.
And I boo-booed on myself at 35 years old. You really just gonna tell somebody? The fear is that you and your new husband is laying up in the bed laughing at me.
Yeah.
That's a fear.
But I would say women have the same fears and concerns.
I would agree. I totally would agree. To me that's human. So
I think I just don't get embarrassed.
Oh, sweet.
I was raised by a real crazy family, and if you know me and you just so happen to know my family, don't nothing embarrass us. Yeah, I can't think of anything that I could be like, that's embarrassing.
You know what? When I first met your granddad and how me and him bonded, and I told you he don't say much, but when he talk, you listen.
Yeah.
When her granddad told me that he is looking for a woman with no morals. Yes,
Wait, we gotta pause for station identification, please.
That's one.
What did he say?
He needs a woman with no
morals. Preferably fresh out of jail.
Yeah.
You can train them.
Rika, did you call him something?
Didn't mean it.
He said he didn't mean to. She said she didn't mean to.
This is my grandfather, yeah.
That's odd. I done connected with both of their granddads, and they on the different spectrum. You know, quiet, mean some. Him loud and saying some stuff.
Walking around in Walmart.
Yeah.
Papa almost got in a fight at Walmart. That's another show.
But let me ask you, Marky. So, have you found that, like, when you do try to get in a relationship because they know what's wrong with you, that they might back off or that's too much, or I can't deal with that?
I have found it where they use it against me.
Who did that?
You know. So if we're building something together and I'm explaining to you, I'm open book. I'm telling you all the good, bad, and ugly.
Right.
If you're in this for the long haul, you need to know the same way I need to know about you.
Right.
Don't get upset or get scared and then use my life against me. I'm gonna cut you real thick. Get your stuff and get on. Keep moving. Because while I don't have time for it, I have already been hurt by family. I'm not gonna get hurt by somebody that I allowed to come in.
Oh, that's good. That's real good. Listen, that's a preacher point right there.
So guess what? Me and my Amazon Fire Stick, we be chilling in my big old king size bed by myself at night at peace.
Tell it.
I get up every day. I work 2 full-time jobs. All my bills in my house are paid. I ain't got to worry about that. But I will not do is allow for you to use what I've been through against me. I've already went through that. I ain't trying to relive it again with some of that quote-unquote loves me.
Listen, and that's one of my issues with people take it and then it's turned. People take it and now you got an opinion. People take it and now they make assumptions about who you are and what you are and how you.
Wow. And
don't know nothing about me. You don't know what. I'm going to school for psychology because they say crazy people. Everybody that went to school for psychology went because they was trying to fix themselves. That's why we go. We go because we trying to fix ourselves. We ain't going to really. I'll help you. I don't mind helping you, but I'm really trying to fix me. Now, what did you say? The hippocampus does what? What did you say? What
happens? A lot of sense. My sister got her master's in
psychology because you're trying to fix yourself. What's wrong with me? But if you knew the environment that I grew up in, then you would understand why I'm in here trying to fix me. If you knew.
But that's because our culture does not teach it. Like, okay, if you were to, let's just say, go to Ridgeview. I talk about this a lot on my show.
Yeah.
If you were to go to Ridgeview, you would be amazed at how many other children are there. There are no Black or Hispanic children in the room. Mm-hmm. These people have noticed that something is wrong with their child. They have no shame in saying, my child has autism or my child has a. When we say that, your child crazy, your child retarded, your child, and we're not doing anything medically to help
or
them.
The doctor will there's a difference between ADD and ADHD.
It's totally, and it's a totally different treatment for both of them. Yes.
ADD you can manage outwardly. ADHD, put them on meds. In the discussion, and my history and work was teaching. I have taught for 15 years. I've been working in the school as a tutor. When I was 16, my aunt tried to make me get a job at McDonald's. I knew I didn't want to work at McDonald's at the time. I wanted
because of them fries.
No, because I couldn't see myself cleaning the bathroom.
But what about the free fries?
The fries wasn't worth it. I got $1. I'll buy my own fries. But I ain't cleaning up your stuff. No. And then you just gonna poop all over the wall.
How does it get on the wall?
Because I guess
do you go up on the wall?
Well, see, listen. I've had to use the bathroom in public, and what you do is you kind of squat over it because you can't. I ain't finna sit on the seat.
Right.
But you got to put toilet tissue in the water so the water will splash up and get you.
Yeah.
Zeus is coming.
So listen, we get ready to do some church foolishness. After, as I've just trained you on how to use a public bathroom and not get the water splashed.
It's not long.
It's not long at all. We're going to look at this video. You're going to hear this video, and you're going to fall out laughing. But so let us observe.
That'd be great.
And we're going to have to go back on ADHD for a second.
Okay, we will. Oh, listen. Did you see it? Oh. Watch. You can watch it. Okay. Take it back.
But I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I'm going.
Okay. Yeah, okay. We're getting it together. We're going to take it back so you can hear the whole thing, because that was just one. That was just one. You needed to hear all of it in order to grasp the totality of what is about to happen here.
Yeah, done made.
That was good. That was wonderful.
You can't just play it.
Oh.
Let it play and then let it loop back because it ain't long. So go ahead. They can listen to it.
There we go. That's it.
But I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I'm going. I know y'all want to eat, right? For your glory, I will do. I know. For your glory, I have perfect pitch, baby. I will do anything.
One more time, because they didn't get it. Play it one more time.
I got it.
They didn't get it. They did not get it. Listen, it's going to bless you one more time.
It's going to bless you.
I need you to discern what's happening in this, and listen to that argument. Listen,
No, it's a lady in the front row.
Listen.
Heckling her.
Yes, come on.
Real hard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, listen.
But her response.
Right, cut it up a little bit loud. Go ahead.
You thought I was too die for. But I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I'm going. I know y'all want to eat, right? For your glory, I will do pitch, baby. I will do anything.
No,
Wait a minute.
listen.
She said I got perfect pitch.
No. And listen.
This is church foolishness.
It's not just the fact that she said it was the way she said it.
Yeah.
She said, I got perfect pitch, baby. Like,
But
how dare you doubt me?
But this is the thing, though. While she's singing, she didn't go to the next verse because she trying to heal herself. The lady like telling her the words to sing. Is what it was. So that's why she kept singing before her for your glory. But then she told her, wrong key, girl. I know. I got perfect pitch. That was it.
Wait.
That was it.
Wait. So firstly, we want to talk. Firstly, it's a whole lot of pride in this. It's a whole lot of pride in this.
No doubt.
She is probably the church choir diva.
Yeah.
She's the church choir diva.
I'm not even guessing. I'm gonna go yeah.
Which you will not sing her song.
Not today.
She sings this little light of mine.
I'm gonna let it shine.
And it does not matter that you can sing this little light of mine. I've been singing this little light of mine in this here church since I was
in this key.
Listen,
B flat.
That's how I always be. I always be flat.
I be flat
with perfect pitch, baby.
Listen. And you were dead.
Listen, when you have a report that your boss is hounding you about, just bothering you, and you scared you gonna miss the deadline, and you slide it in right on time. When you put the report on your desk, just tell your boss, I got perfect pitch, baby. When you in the line at Krispy Kreme,
and the hot sign on,
some donuts because the hot sign was on, and you went across 10 lanes of traffic.
You better know it.
With your child in the back seat.
I ain't worried about them.
Ain't even worried.
And bought you a dozen of donuts and your child a couple of donut holes. And you almost didn't have enough change, but under your seat was the dime or the nickel
and
you
you
needed.
found it.
Yeah.
Right on top. I want you to turn to the cashier and say, I got perfect pitch, baby. That's going to be your answer for life. When the bill collector call you and they think you're going to tell them that this time you can't pay, but actually you got some money, listen, I got perfect pitch, baby. Don't you doubt me. So that the pride, though, the pride is what got me. Did you see the way she attacked that microphone? Fire glory. The way she lifted the microphone. You are about to take us into the throne room of God. We're going into the holies of holies. Listen, we're going up there. Listen, fire is going to fall. We are going to see the streets of gold. And then we are going to have a theophany of Jesus the Christ himself. He's going to show up and ask us to touch the nail prints in his hands and feet and stick our arm in the wounds to know that he is real and he died for us. The way she grabbed that microphone, if she said heaven is coming down to earth, and you prepare yourself
you best believe it
in your seat, but for you to get up fire.
Margie is getting beat up. She's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
That's what she did, though. She snatched the mic and just I'm like, ma'am, you better slay. Because you was being cute a minute ago. Die for.
But you won't tell me how to sing this song.
But when you snatched that microphone, you were supposed to. The storms of life are raging.
What?
Stand by me. You supposed to take us in.
And
yes.
But she know they wanted to eat, so she told them.
Yeah, she did. They was talking about the roast that Sister Martha had made.
So let me tell you, my church don't. Don't show up great, and you know you ain't. Don't do that. Don't go to K&G and buy one of them big old Easter Sunday bests because you lead in the solo this Sunday. Don't go get the biggest robe preachers and vestments and suit up and walk into church, because when you do that, I personally and the people also prepare themselves. We expect something great, but then when you open up your mouth and you flat, you should have wore jeans at a t-shirt.
We call that on my show loud and wrong.
Right. You should have just wore a t-shirt.
You got loud and wrong.
The preacher don't know his sermon. Listen, and if the dope flew away and the dog ate it and he don't know the next point, he can't do nothing because he ain't got his notes.
Well, all you could do, you could just make up your own Bible parts. That's what I do every Tuesday. The book of Jacinto.
No, actually, I laugh when you do that because Mike at our church, he said, you're probably the only person that when you get to heaven and God created new earth, he's probably going to insert the book of John Tay. And it's going to be the book of John Tay 1, 2, and 3.
Verses 1 through 42.
Right. You might get a 4 because you know I like even numbers. So don't do 3, 4. And you know, because we're going to talk about some things that you just don't do. Don't do that. Don't be a choir bully, because it appears as if she is, and she's the kind of choir bully that I don't like because she's sweet. Perfect pitch, baby.
But that's how you cut.
Right. Yes, honey. That's what you do.
Yeah, you do that real slick thing with it.
She said, I have perfect pitch.
Perfect.
Now, she meant to say another word.
What she meant to say?
I can't say that on this show. I can do it on mine. Tune in Tuesday.
I'll be right there watching.
Listen.
And I will tell you exactly what she meant to say. Right.
Listen, no, you're not going to do that. So this church foolishness, we're not going to have pride. This church foolishness, we're not going to be snatching microphones like you're going to slay the audience. We was finna lay out in the presence of God. My sister had a conference. It's called the Gulf, at the time, the Gulf Coast Glory Conference. I told my sister, now you doing all this talk about the glory. When I get to your conference, the glory better be there. I tell people that. Preachers be like, sow a seed and you gonna get, God gonna bless you. You gonna get a house and okay. And in 6 months' time, this gonna happen. In 6 months' time, when it don't happen, I want my money back. How about that? And I will get my money back.
They can refund tithes and stuff.
Wait a minute, that's a new segment.
No, they don't refund tithes, but they'll give it to me.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you.
Don't get that mixed up with refund.
No deposit, no withdrawals.
We are the home of the riot. Y'all heard about the Watts riot?
Yes.
Y'all heard about, we riot real bad. What? You a liar. How about that? You prophesied stuff because you prophesied what I wanted to hear, so I would give you money.
Right.
But when it didn't, you said I was going to be all right, but I'm evicted. That ain't all right.
And I'm still giving to the building fund.
I gave you my rent money.
For the building fund.
No. See, I don't do that kind of foolishness. Pay your rent. And whatever you have left, then bring me that. God don't need your money. The church needs your money to operate. That's how I raise my offering. I don't lie on God. The Holy Spirit said, I say, listen, it costs money to do ministry.
True.
I'm feeding you a 5-star brunch the best that I can. It on $15, next week we having grilled cheese sandwiches because that's what you gave. I'm going to get some sourdough bread and some real butter, and maybe we can get a slab of bacon and put it in between.
Marky.
Got some tomatoes at the house.
Mark, you don't let them do it.
But
we've come a long way. Like I used to do brisket. We used to do shrimp and grits. We had fried chicken, eggs, breakfast casserole, French toast casserole, a fruit platter, hot coffee, tea, orange juice, all full
I feel like we were shouted, friend. Just say I am upset at this point because Marky wasn't there.
I told you that Marky would help me, so I had to do it. But my point is, I don't lie and say God gonna bless you if you give us $400. I don't lie and say that.
That's a hard lie too.
Tell me that.
You know what I mean?
And what happens is the same thing with healing and sickness.
Right.
When you tell somebody God's going to heal them, take away the lump, that's what you said. God's going to resolve the lump.
Right.
That's what you said. Now, if you say God's going to heal them and the person passed away, he did heal them.
He took them.
He did the best healing possible. He will never be sick again. She will never worry again.
Or be hurt again.
Right. So he did the best healing.
Right.
So that's all right. I don't have an issue with that. But when you say your toe gonna grow back.
Now we all know about them 10 toes down.
I'm looking at your toe.
For the growth.
And the one that's on the floor versus the one that's still in the shoe.
I'm looking for the toe. You can't be promising people toes and they don't never happen. I gave you $2,000 for my toe. Where's that? It's 10 years later. I'm still hobbling on 9 toes.
He said hobbling.
And
I just want y'all to look that word up today. Hobble thy foot on thy ninth toe.
Let's not do these things. So listen, I'm excited to be here. We wanted to help you and encourage you to discover health, to discuss your health as women, as African American women, and as African American men. Men need to check as well. Testicular cancer.
Oh, they need to check for breast cancer too.
Yeah.
1% of breast cancer
is men.
Are men.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. Just all of those things you need to check. Now listen, my brother Will told me not to share this story, but I'm gonna share it anyway.
See, this is why you don't tell people your business. See? And then he said his name, so all of us.
Yeah, I mean, he be forgetting to do that. I keep telling him, look, allegedly.
No, it's my story. I told the story.
Yeah, but you ID'd the subject.
It's my story.
It's his story.
Will
told him not to share his story.
My
okay,
story.
so we ain't talking about Will. Will, we are not talking about you.
All right, so listen. When I was 12 and I went through puberty, I had a very interesting experience because I went to sleep one night and the next day I woke up, I had knots.
In your chest?
Yes.
In your nipples?
Yes. I had knots. I was concerned. I didn't say nothing. I just left the knots alone. Then I went to the bathroom and I brushed my teeth and all that wonderful stuff. And then, went to school and all that, a couple of days, and I still had knots. Just knots.
Did they hurt?
No, not a little bit. They were.
You knew they were there.
They were there. One day, we're on our way to Bible study in the back of the car, and my shirt is wet. Where the knots are. And I start crying because I'm going to die. Listen, because in our family,
right,
if I get a cold, I'm going to die. The Lord is going to take me. But that's how me and my mom had a sickness. Okay. So like, oh Jesus, I'm dying. Oh Lord, don't kill me now. I got too much work to do. So I'm crying in the back seat because I know I got the breast cancer. I'm going to die. We go to the doctor. After I tell my dad what happens, we go to the doctor. The doctor does some blood tests. Mm-hmm. The doctor also whatever. And I said, it leaks. It's got stuff coming out of it. He took a swab. He said, oh, that's milk.
You jiving?
I'm not.
What?
He said, oh, that's milk. I said, whatever happens, your body is, and looking at your blood, produced a lot of estrogen. And you just had a flood, and we were drinking all that soy milk because I'm from California, so we was drinking all that soy milk, and it has estrogen that it introduces to your body at the wrong time, right in the middle of puberty. So you got a flood of estrogen, and it was not balanced out. So your body said, boop, and when I stopped drinking the soy milk, it went away.
Okay, so let me just say this.
Whoa.
No. Rate. I was going to actually do a segment on my show. Mm-hmm. Why do men have nipples? until now, I did not quite know the answer to that, so I was going to get other people to tell me. But what you're saying makes so much sense, and I'm going to tell you why. You can't. I just feel like from an evolution standpoint, our bodies are created to evolve into our circumstances. So now that I know why men have nipples, it's because if I can't, you can.
Possibly, but the components have to be right. I had high levels of estrogen.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? Like high.
So how did they treat it?
They took me off. They told me stop drinking the soy milk. Like stay away from all soy.
And that's
products.
holistic.
Oh wow.
That's holistic because my mom was vegetarian. So you baka patties and all of this. Baka. That's a brand.
I can't.
It's good. But and I like
Boca?
it. Boca,
Okay, got it. No, you fine.
But I like it, because I really don't like. Y'all see, I don't eat the fat or the skin or anything, so I be picking apart meat. But this is just good, so give it to me. I like it. So I was eating just like it was normal, and I like to eat.
There's nothing wrong with that
at all.
At all.
So that happened. So I'm just sharing that experience because men also can have changes in their body that don't make sense. And don't sit in the bathroom on the toilet crying with the door locked. Go to the doctor and get it checked. How about that?
Men don't even really discuss stuff with their wife. They, like Marcus said, they mate, they friend. It'd be a lot like y'all thing got almost finna fall off for y'all to be like, you know what? Somebody need to help sew this thing back on. That is not normal.
Right.
Right.
That's the point. Listen, y'all don't understand. All my nephews, okay, you got a little piece of something. Come on with your uncle. Let me show you where to go. They know where the clinic at.
I think that's another topic that's been on my show that we can't talk about on this show.
Oh,
but
yes,
when they gonna start giving us the name brand
and salvation.
Yeah,
I don't know, because y'all got people asking, why do men have nipples? Can I just say one thing about it? I don't think. I know whatever. I just ain't finna be rubbing on no man's titty and sucking on his nipple and stuff. I'm a little.
Listen.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Y'all can do that on the Tuesday show. Y'all can't do that on the Sunday show.
That's a whole. You can do it Sunday at 3.
You can't do it at Sunday at 11.
We're gonna talk about love, sex, and salvation. We can't actually because some people's nipples are sensitive, and so the marriage bed is undefiled. People have to understand that fornication is a sin. That's what's a sin. But
on a marriage bed, you can get to it.
Get your ring and get to it. Listen, get an agreement and get to it. And let me explain to you why that's. God is not saying that because he doesn't want you to have sex. He created sex, and he knows that sex is good. If there's anything better than sex, it got to be in heaven, because it's not down here. Let me.
I can't.
And if you combine them together,
what?
Oh, Father God, you're awesome. Listen, I make an icing that my nephew say, when I get married, can you just make me the icing? Sure. When you get married, I ain't making no icing for no girlfriends. I ain't finna help you fornicate, busting hell wide open with my icing. No, you're not.
Marky, what you gonna do with it?
So we have to understand that health, just like sex, are conversations we need to have in the church.
Right.
We need to have it. Because as the pastor, the preacher, people listen to me.
You're the you're the leader.
People listen.
Right, they're supposed to
And
follow. And lead by example.
Thank you.
Woo.
So set a good example. You sleeping with everybody in the church, you passing it. Heck.
Okay.
Listen, so from state to state, conference to conference, everybody got HIV
exactly
and it came from you.
Woo!
Let's not play games.
Woo!
From state to state and whatever.
Hiding behind that Bible and God talking about
preaching and hollering and shouting about stuff, but
and
you're not.
You was sister in them.
And you're not telling people how to live. See, I have an issue with a gospel that does not tell people how to live it. It's not just promises, it's a lifestyle. Go
Question. What's the real definition of fornication? Ask him, how can two people who are single commit fornication?
Fornication, the definition of fornication is this, and that's what I was getting ready to explain what marriage is. All right? If your plane, if you were on an airplane, it crashed on the island, a man and a woman, you're by yourself. Are you going to be, and y'all in the needing of each other and the working together, you develop feelings or whatever, and y'all form a relationship.
Right.
And there ain't nobody coming to save you. You gonna stay on that island and be celibate for the rest of your life? You a fool if you do.
Probably not.
You stupid.
Because you got to build some more people to help you cut that firewood.
Thank you.
I
You
can't
a
take
fool
it.
if you do.
There you go.
Now listen. Marriage is not a piece of paper. Marriage is not a ring. Marriage is not something that happens in a court. Here is what makes fornication a sin. And it's not a sin against God. The Bible says, you didn't offend me when you fornicated. You sinned against yourself. Because you let somebody into your most sacred place. You entered into someone's most sacred place.
Right.
You joined yourself together without a commitment. God's issue is not the sex. His issue is the commitment. You are having sex with somebody who don't love you. You're having sex with somebody who don't know the worst about you and would love you anyway. That's what makes fornication a sin against yourself. Because after this relationship is over for 5 years and 10 kids later, your heart is broken and God knew it. And had you kept your legs closed and your pants up.
Wait a minute, did you say 10 kids and 5
years and 10 kids later?
You know my math be off. Keep going.
You understand what I'm saying? But if you kept your legs closed and your pants up, your heart wouldn't be broke, because it's easier to walk away from somebody that you have not slept with. I can break up with you real easy, but once I give you a little piece of you that see me naked, you is mine. Where you going?
Nowhere.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to ensure that you go nowhere. You understand what I'm saying?
Enter the one night stand.
So you doing all this stuff. Come on, and let me. I told my nephews, I said, hoes.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
I said,
praise the Lord.
Nothing but damsels in distress looking for a hero. That's all they are.
You said, wait a minute, hoes is what?
Hoes ain't nothing but damsels in distress looking for a hero. That's all they are. That's what they are. And what happens is, I have nieces that is a little trollopy. And what is happening is, you are looking.
Yeah, but he called them.
You're looking for love in all the wrong places. That's all she's doing.
Except on Fridays at the U-Ball.
Listen, and the bad part is, men aren't looking for love. Men are looking for validation that I'm a man, because you ain't got no daddy. Your mama raised you. Your grandmama raised you. You have never been raised by a man. So the only time you feel like a man is when you're on top of a woman making her scream. That's what makes you feel like a man. The only time she ever feels loved is when you're on top of her. Oh, so come on, let me make it make sense. Leah and Rachel, two sisters, married the same man. Leah's daddy did not love her. Leah's daddy forced her on Jacob because Leah's daddy couldn't get rid of her.
Right.
The first time Leah felt love, it was what Jacob thought he was given to Rachel. The rest of Leah's life, she went on having children by this man because she wanted somebody to love her. And when she had Judah, her last child, she said, on this one, I'm going to praise the Lord. And to hell with Jacob, and to hell with Rachel. If don't nobody love me, I love me. And she found out in a marriage that she could love herself and be all right. So fornication, what is fornication? Fornication is robbery. It's coming together. It's an illegal union that you make in your body, one with another. Okay. So then you sleep with somebody, and all of a sudden you get a craving for peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
Right.
Because y'all know when you sleep with people,
You pick up on their stuff.
Pick up on their
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So you slept with somebody one time, one night stand, but you ain't never been interested in coke, but now you want to try it. Oh! People leave stuff in you when they sleep with you. I use sex as a form of coping. I used to use sex as a form.
Yeah, used to. Not now.
If I failed the test, I was gonna sleep with you. If my mama fussed at me, I was gonna have sex.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Not now.
Yeah.
If something happened, I would have sex to soothe me. Pause. I've been having sex since I was 4 years old.
Ooh, well, some of that wasn't on you.
It
That
wasn't
was
my
on
choice.
somebody else.
But
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
sexually active since
For
I
a
was
long
4 years
time.
old.
Ooh,
And I was
That's a
not
lot.
raped. I was molested. What's wrong? What's the difference between rape
tell it.
and
Tell it.
molestation?
I like how you tell it.
Molestation is when the perpetrator
Right.
makes the victim feel like they want it. It's
Right.
presented in the form of a gift.
Right.
Let's play house. Let's play
It's
doctor.
a toy.
It's and it feels good.
You're chasing the feeling.
Yeah,
Yes.
the child does not know that they're doing anything wrong.
Right.
By the time my mama said, "Don't let nobody touch your private parts," it had already happened. I didn't know you wasn't supposed to touch it, but you touched it, and I liked it. Touch it again. So now I'm actively involved in something that I should not be because you introduced it to me. That's
Yes.
rape.
All
That's
day.
molestation.
Right, right,
Rape
right.
is when there is no pleasure. You took it from me.
Right.
I did not want it. You knew I did not want it.
Right.
So, how would sex be a coping mechanism? Because I liked it since I was 4, and it always felt good. So when I got older and my dad died and I was grieving, oh, to hell with it all. Listen, let's. You wanna? Shoes come off quick. That's why I like slippers. You want to do it? What you want to do? And so that's what I did. So don't talk to me about fornication. Don't talk to me about being delivered from fornication. Because why I want to join? I never really smoked, but now I want some. Why I start shooting people at? When I start jumping in cars? When I start being okay with threesomes? When I start being okay with somebody watching? When I get this freaky? All I did was sleep with.
There was somebody. That was a heathen.
Don't
Evidently.
play no games. People transfer stuff. That's God. Everything God tells you not to do.
Right.
He ain't telling it because it hurts you. The lie you told don't hurt God. Lying is a
True.
sin, but it hurts you. It hurts other people. Gluttony. God designed your body. Keep on eating Popeyes every day, folks.
You need that hot biscuit one
You
time.
need that hot
Jesus
biscuit.
Christ.
One
Lord
hot
have
biscuit.
mercy.
Listen, 2 hot biscuits a day is all right. But you got people that get a whole tray of biscuits and devour them by themselves.
Wow.
It ain't like Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme
It's
is
a different deal.
Yes, yes,
Krispy Kreme
yes.
is a cracker.
God, forgive Krispy Kreme.
Now listen,
Yes.
now you come to LA and you go to Randy's Donuts and you get a real donut, you can't eat a dozen of them. Eat a dozen of them if you want to and you greedy. Eating a dozen of you supposed to eat a dozen of
You're
Krispy
supposed
Kreme.
to. Cause you can suck them down and they be hot. Like,
You're supposed to.
Riverdale Road who
But-
just turn their light on
But gluttony,
Wait a minute.
they do
Paul,
cut it on.
You on outside of town?
all the time.
She don't
You
live
need
over
to
here. She
call
live
me.
over here.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But I go to the doctors out there with y'all.
Well, you need to call me.
What I'm saying to you is, we can. Let me tell you something. I turn no meals down. And
Home, you know,
yes,
Listen.
but here's what I'm saying. The one on Highway 85.
Yeah, I've been on my way coming here today.
I'm trying to tell you, they do not turn the light on. I have the app on my phone, and it does not go off when I'm in Fayetteville or
They
Riverdale.
don't.
Just saying.
I'm saying. Well, I'm gonna tell you why. They only drop donuts twice.
Ain't
All
that
the time.
something?
They only do
Go
it
to the
in
one on Ponce
morning.
Leon.
Because I know,
Woo!
because that line be all the
I've
way
been
down
by.
the street. But in Riverdale, they don't get that much action, so ain't no point in them
But
dropping.
I'm not going if the light don't come on.
Because I don't want them cold.
And don't tell me they won't.
Because listen, the dozen, you only eat the dozen till the heat wear off. Once the heat wear off,
You
the
done.
kids
You
can have
put
them.
it away.
exactly.
The kids can have them. Good. I done got to 7 donuts, and now they cold. Here, baby, you go on.
That's
There you
exactly
go.
how
Share
do
it with
that.
your cousin.
That's so
you
true.
never really eat the whole dozen.
So
It's a
basically, Krispy Kreme is not the sin.
Yes.
No.
So, but gluttony
God
is
love it.
The biscuit is.
Yes.
See, because when you open up that biscuit and you put the butter and a little bit of honey,
Little honey. Do a little honey.
it's
Do a little honey.
good. And see,
It's good.
and you eat the whole box. You end up eating, and then you feel guilty, and then a roll goes across your belly, and then you can't get it off. So no, but then you get diabetes and all of these different things because of how we're eating.
Right.
So gluttony is a sin, but it don't affect God. It's you. God's laws are not about him. The majority of his laws are to protect you. He's saying don't fornicate because he knows for men and women, once the two flesh become one, it's hard to separate.
Yeah, that is true.
Who knocked down your wall, ladies? Who knocked down your hymen?
I said my uncle did.
You remember?
Oh shit! I mean, Jesus
You
Christ.
remember?
Excuse me.
And that whoever opened that door, whoever opened your gate, will forever be a part of your life, whether you liked it or whether you didn't. That is a memorable moment that is enmeshed in your spirit. Every sexual encounter after that is going to be judged by that. Either it was better or it was worse. And that is what it is. So fornication is wrong because you taking something. So you could pass genetics spiritually. Anger, psychology are now discovering that's a genetic trait. Passiveness, that's a genetic trait. Aggressiveness, that's but aren't those personalities? Aren't those? No, those are things that are in your DNA. Oh, but he gave you something. But we wear a condom. Okay, condom makes flesh. What makes spirit? They don't have a condom for your spirit. Did you know that there are wombs in the spirit? There's wombs of affliction. There's wombs of pressure. There's wombs. Come on, y'all. You two are in a womb of affliction. And the design of a womb of affliction is to birth out greatness. All of that pressure, all of that pain, all of that hurting, all of that suffering, all of the things that you have experienced, right. God uses it. He compounds it, he compacts it, and then when you are pushed out in your time, you are a marvel. People trying to figure out how you did it. Where she come from? You know she used to be crazy. You know she lost all her family in 2 years. You know, Job was birthed out of a womb of affliction. He came out after he lost it all and sick in his body. So when God tells you something, we're not going to spend time arguing about fornication being wrong or right. Now, you got a free will. Do what you want to do.
Right.
Sleep with who you want to sleep with. But you can't alter the word of God. It's a sin. Now, I tell my nieces and nephews this. If you going to sin, be man and woman enough to say you sinning. If the Bible says homosexuality is a sin, just be man and woman enough to say, hey, I'm doing it. God loves sinners. That's the point.
No, that's the big one.
That's the point. God loves sinners. He loves you in your sin. He looks beyond your faults and meets your needs. God can love you out of your sin. But the problem is you don't want to acknowledge it's sin. Bottom line. Let me tell you how I got delivered from my sin. I went to the altar one day. I said, God, if you don't help me, I'm not going to stop because I like it. I like having sex. It feels good. So if you don't give me the strength to stop this, if you don't help me stop this, it's going to ruin me. I'm never going to be able to be nothing because everybody has had me. Everybody know what I sound like. Everybody know what I taste like. Everybody know. Come on. Everybody knows. Oh, so what? What fornication? Why is it a sin? Because they in the back room laughing about whether or not you was whack and how you licked it and what you look like and how you jiggled and how you see. Because when you don't have a covenant, your nakedness is not a secret. Do you understand that Noah cursed his son for laughing at him for being naked?
Yep.
Do you understand that? And because you cannot curse what God has blessed, the curse didn't land on his son. The curse landed on his son.
Right. Right.
Oh, okay. So, who you sleeping with? You ain't that quick to run to get into bed now, is you? Do you understand that every time you get in the bed and you open up and you let somebody in, you make a marriage? That's marriage. Sex is the marriage. That's why it's a sin. Because every time you sleep with somebody and walk away, the act of sex is a marriage. Do you understand that in the United States and every country that there is, your marriage can be annulled if it was never consummated?
True.
Right.
True.
You could be married for 7 years and never sleep with the person, and you can go to a court of law and if you can prove that there was never any consummation, you were never married. Sex is the marriage. So the reason why fornication is sin is because you are a serial polygamist. You marrying all these people and walking away like you ain't done nothing, but then you wondering why you broke, because you birthed in spiritual children that you have to pay for. Now, that's why your light's always off. That's why you're always struggling. That's why you can't never find no man, because you're already married. You married to 10 men. That's when Jesus met the woman at the well. He said, go get your husband. She said, sir, I have none. He said, thank you for not lying. And the Negro you with, I almost said something else. And the Negro you with right now ain't yours. So then when she started dealing with the issue, the problem was she was trying to figure out how to worship. So when God told her, he gave her water and she wasn't so thirsty no more. So she started a revival and led a whole city of men to Jesus because she wasn't thirsty. She used to be a freak. She used to twerk it. She can make it clap and not use her hands. She jiggle and roll. And now you won't. You don't want me to make it rain no more? I can't hit it no more? You don't want Big Daddy no more?
No.
What has caused this? No, come see a man that has told me all. Let me go see this man that done stopped you from shaking and jiggling and splitting and turning and flipping on and pop locking on the handstand.
That take a lot of talent.
That dude, that you is talented.
You know what? I
How
feel
about if
say.
you take some of that talent and use it in your bedroom for your husband? Why are you showing all of this talent to all these people that ain't gonna stay?
Well, I tried to show it to Chico and I damn near slipped.
You know what?
You gotta practice in private and then break it out.
I was trying to practice.
I could not do it. Before we leave, just real quick, I want to go back. Marky, what was the first thing that made you go to the hospital? Or were you just getting checked when you found out you had breast cancer?
The blood pouring from my girlfriend made me go.
Okay. That'll work. That'll work.
So that's how I discovered mine. I didn't have any lumps. I didn't have any other symptoms. It was just didn't have nowhere else to go, so it was pushing itself out. So I need to go figure out why.
That's why it's important to go to the doctor. I just want people to hear that you really didn't have symptoms that said
no lumps,
go.
No nothing, perfectly fine. No other issues on that aspect.
Wow. And then just symptoms, you had how many symptoms? None?
I had no symptoms, but I had 7 tumors when they did the MRIs and the scans. When they actually got in there and they were removing both breasts, it was a 9-hour process. They found an additional 2. So I had a total of 9 tumors between both breasts.
And what I want to just point out as we close is even in that, do you understand that it could have killed you, but the protection of God, that something is walking around, something is living in my body. I have no knowledge of it, but God keeps us.
Right.
And somebody else went to the hospital, and there was nothing the doctor could do. But you were found just in time. You were found just in time because he has a will, he has a purpose, he has a plan for your life. And it does not matter the trouble that you're in, God will always show up right on time.
Won't he do it?
Won't he will? I love y'all so much. I thank you for tuning into the Encounter radio show. February is going to be live, as you can already see, about this love, sex, and salvation. I can talk about it because I used to be nasty.
And Marky got the best barbecue in the world. If you do want to get in touch with Marky, what can you do?
You can reach out to me on 678-971-9880. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Daddy's Girls BBQ. DADDYSGIRLBBQ.
We don't know if it's good because we ain't never had
I
it.
know it.
Listen.
I ain't never been
I
brought
know it.
none.
And then we thought when we went to the brunch that we was like, okay,
So
Marky
we can't
cooking,
vouch.
No,
so
I
we ready
told
for the
you.
Marky food. I don't know if the
I
last
get my
one of the
Holy Land.
year is
I get
gonna
the
be
Holy Land.
Marky.
The last
get my
one
Holy
of these
Land
is gonna be
experience, I'm
Marky.
sorry.
We gonna do it. We gonna do. Now
There's
listen.
only one more this year, so if you don't come with some, you is not barbecue dad's girl no more. You just Marky by yourself. That's it. Period.
This
That's
is why
it.
I love Slick. Let me tell you something. Slick sent me a message, and Slick was like, "Listen, I'm telling you this because I want you to do good. I'm like, Slick that's my type of person. Tell me. I'm gonna try my best to do it. In between cramps, pain, and changing diapers, but it's gonna get done. Y'all, I got a whole child that I didn't have. We love y'all. Thank you for tuning in to the Encounter Brunch, the Encounter Radio Show. You're listening to Misfits Radio, powered by Live 365, Google Play, iCloud, and iHeartRadio, YouTube, and everything else. Thank you for tuning in. Woo! Yeah, we did.